Well,
Tell me all about this.
let's turn it off. All right, so this is the Domino's version, proposed Domino's screen with the logos. This one here is the screensaver with the date and time.
Yep.
Going back, touch the screen to resume, so that'll go back. It'll automatically revert back to that when the oven is in the off position.
Mm-hmm.
When it's on, it doesn't go to the screensaver. So if we turn the 3 switches on, that starts the oven, and weight temp low. Once we get up to set point, it will say ready. Now obviously this is a demo version, so it'll say check temperature because it knows the temperature isn't going up, so it comes up with an error. If I scroll across to the maintenance screen, that error will also show up in here. And the maintenance screen has the little LED indicators to come up to tell us what the oven's doing when it's operating.
Will this be chipped or not?
Chipped?
As in for mobile?
No,
so
not
you can
yet.
remote sensor it?
No, that's still a little bit down the road to do that.
So you can do all the...
Yep. So on the screen you've got your speed setting number, your oven temperature, and the rear cavity, the blower motor temperature as well, which will tell us. That will also have a preset temperature. Once that's reached, it will also come up with a check fan temperature error, and that will also come up on the front screen as well, any errors. Here you've got a...
So for maintenance, they can go, this will actually give you or a technician, regardless of where
this is the first point you'll check on the phone when you're on the phone with a technician. You can go onto this screen and tell them exactly what. So this is a two current sensing for both. So in a Blodgett there's 2 fans per circuit. So fans 1 and 3 and 2 and 4.
Right.
This will tell you when the heat demand's on. These might change, but at the moment this is how it is.
So you can set up whatever you like on this.
Exactly.
And scroll as many sensors as you want.
Yeah, I can. I think there's 8 in one version that I've done. This will tell you there's power to the ignition module. The ignition module then puts power to your pilot valve. Once the ignition module's happy, then it goes to the main valve and the burner comes on. So at some point, all these will be green, except the spare. So if they're all green, then you're good.
And if you're not, we know where the problem is.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good start, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because if you've got a local tech that you're remoting with, you can now walk him through a lot quicker.
Exactly. I've also got the belt direction. This will probably be on a lock screen so that it can't be changed. Not sure how we're going to go with that. So by pressing that, the directions change of the belt.
So if somebody gets their hand caught, we can actually turn the belt around fairly fast.
Yeah. So it may be an idea leaving it on here,
lid.
but it can be accidentally pressed and start going the wrong way. So we'll have to weigh up whether we put that on the lock screen or not. And again, this tells you the version number, so we know version 3, that's the new screens I'm using. Version 2 were the previous generation.
So what's the link in there got?
That's version 2. 2.51 is the 1006s. 2.52 is the 1046s.
Yep.
So BG70 for Blodgett, 70-inch belt.
Yep.
And the MCU version is 1.6. That's the controller version.
Right.
And then you've got a hardware version, which I don't need to put on here.
So how are we going to get the ovens to move? I mean, this is going to be the control mechanism, and what are we going to be doing with the fans? We're going to 3-phase them?
I've got some in there. I'm going to run down to the motor rewinders. There's a shove in there. And I'll just see whether whether we rewind them 3-phase for the inverters, or
just by
there might be some that'll fit already done.
Do you want me to investigate overseas?
Yeah. Okay. So going back, so we were in. Let me just scroll through. So that's the maintenance screen. So if we go back to the beginning again, so this is your front screen. This is your conveyor speed. Now it's a numeric number. So that numeric number the information screen here. That will correspond, and these aren't right, these settings aren't right to the Blodgett. I'll have to adjust all them. So if you've got it on, say, position 31, and that's going to tell you the approximate speed of the belt. So each increment is approximately 10 seconds.
And to set this up, you will set that up prior? Or?
Yeah.
So, because we might need adjusting depending on times.
Yeah. These will be different for each model oven. Obviously, the ratios and things are different in the belts. Usually, once that's set. You don't have to change it. Emergency stop if you have something wrong or whatever. You can either press that,
or hit the big red button on the side,
or hit that off there. Yeah, same. This one actually turns off the driver, turns the power off to the driver, whereas this one actually puts a stop, sends a stop command, so the driver's still got power to it, but it says, hey, stop. Yeah, you can use that if you want. If the conveyor doesn't work, you turn that on and off, nothing happens, you've got to go in there and make sure that is in the on position, because it'll stop and you won't know. Okay, so
there's just a little bit of learning once you get this.
Yep. So you can access the conveyor speed.
So this is fan spinning.
Yep.
Baking, I'm assuming.
And belt. Yep.
Okay.
So you can go to the speed screen by either pressing the screen itself. You can press that one. It'll go to the same thing. Same with the oven. So that's the oven actual temperature. You can go into there and this is your set temperature. You see how the buttons are slightly different. They're a bit better looking. That's your actual oven temperature itself. While the oven's running, you can leave the screens on any of these if you want. It doesn't default back to the beginning. If you want to see your temperature, you can leave it on that screen all day long, if you like that way. So yeah, the fan doesn't obviously go anywhere because there's no settings for the fans. Maybe a VSD setting could be done on that later, but
well, I mean, if we've got the 3-phase, it's probably not a bad idea.
Yeah, it'd be password protected anyway, so that you can't tinker with that too much.
No.
This is a password, so this will go into the settings screen. So you set your day, your times, your screen dim. You'd always have it on full, and it'll say when your next maintenance is due.
Yep.
So 00s at the minute. So what that will do, it will tell you maintenance due up. Oops. It will tell you maintenance due on the screensaver when you. It's just a gentle reminder that you've got to do maintenance. So when the technician goes in there and does a maintenance, you go into this maintenance screen and you reset the time to 6 months or 12 months or whatever schedule you're on, and that there is what you reset it. That takes off the. I won't actually do it because it's 00, so it'll take me all day to take that up to 2021. It's not programmed yet.
So we're going to be able to individually control the fans once we 3-phase, and through this we can control the actual fan speeds.
Yeah, there's going to be 2 VSDs in there if we do it that way. So we can control. You'd probably want to have them both the same because you don't have a top and bottom.
No.
On those. So they'll both be the same, but we need probably